It was Halloween night, and my friends thought it would be funny to visit the old house at the edge of town. People always said it was haunted, but we didn't believe in ghosts, or at least we pretended not to. I had a bad feeling about it, though. There was something about that house, something wrong. As we stood outside, looking at the boarded-up windows and cracked walls, I asked, "Are we really doing this? Scared already?" Mike teased. He always had to act tough. "I'm just saying, maybe it's not a good idea." But before I could convince anyone, Mike pushed the door open. It creaked loudly, making us all jump a little. The smell hit us as soon as we stepped inside. It was like mold and something rotten. The house itself was decaying from the inside. "What is that smell?" Jenny asked, covering her nose. "No idea," I replied, looking around. The air felt thick. It was harder to breathe in here. I felt a chill run down my spine. We started walking through the house, trying to act like we weren't scared. The floors creaked under every step. It was so quiet, all we could hear was our own breathing and the occasional sound of something scurrying through the walls. Suddenly we heard a door slam upstairs. "What was that?" I asked, freezing in place. "Probably just the wind," Mike said, though I could hear the nervousness in his voice. "But all the windows are closed," I pointed out. He didn't have an answer for that. We kept moving, but now there was this tension in the air, like we were being watched. Every time I looked over my shoulder, I expected to see something or someone behind us. But the hallways were empty, just dark and silent. Then we heard it. A faint tapping sound. It was coming from the floor above us, steady and slow. "Do you hear that?" I whispered. "What is it?" Jenny asked, her eyes wide. "I don't know. It's coming from upstairs." "Let's go check it out," Mike said, trying to sound brave, but even he didn't sound so sure anymore. We climbed the old staircase, the wood creaking loudly beneath our feet. At the top, we saw a door slightly open, the one that had slammed earlier. The tapping sound was louder now, like something, or someone, was inside. "You go first," I said to Mike. "Fine," he muttered, pushing the door open the rest of the way. Inside, the room was empty. No furniture, nothing. Just dust and cobwebs. But the tapping sound? It was still there. "Where's it coming from?" Jenny whispered. We looked around, trying to find the source. That's when I noticed something strange. The floorboards in the corner of the room looked off, like they didn't quite fit. "Over here," I said, pointing to the corner. Mike knelt down and tapped on the boards. Hollow. He grabbed a loose one and pulled it up. Beneath the floor, there was a small dark space. And inside? A box. An old wooden box covered in dust. "What's in there?" Jenny asked, stepping closer. "I don't know," Mike said, lifting it out. The moment he touched it, the tapping stopped. He opened the box, and inside was a doll. A creepy, old-fashioned doll with cracked porcelain skin and hollow eyes. "Seriously?" I said, feeling a little relieved. "It's just a doll." But then the door behind us slammed shut, and the lights flickered. We all froze. "What the hell?" Mike whispered. The air in the room felt suddenly colder. The doll's head turned, slowly, toward us, and its hollow eyes seemed to stare right into mine. "Did it just move?" Jenny whispered, stepping back. "I don't know. But we need to get out of here. Now." I grabbed the door, but it wouldn't budge. It was locked. "Let me try." Mike shoved me aside and pulled at the door, but it still wouldn't open. The room was getting colder, and the lights flickered again. "Something's in here with us," Jenny said, her voice shaking. Suddenly, the doll fell out of the box and hit the floor. The tapping sound returned, louder this time, echoing all around us. "What do we do?" I shouted. Mike looked around, panic setting in. "There's got to be another way out." Just then, the windows shattered, and the wind howled through the room. The doll started moving on its own, slowly crawling toward us. "We need to leave," I yelled, pulling harder on the door. This time it flew open, and we bolted down the stairs and out of the house, not stopping until we were far away. Breathing hard, I looked back at the house. The tapping sound had stopped, but I swear I saw a figure watching us from the window. Was it the doll? Or something else? "Let's never come back here," Jenny said, still shaking. We all agreed. That house wasn't just haunted, it was cursed.